Bunny is back!
Bugs Bunny's Double Trouble is a single-player platforming game. It's developed by Probe Entertainment, Climax Studios, and ATOD, published by Sega. That was released for the Mega Drive, Genesis, and Game Gear in August 1996. The game revolves around a Looney Tunes hero that's been transported to the past from previous Warner Brothers cartoons, platforming 8 stages of difficulty and completing various tasks. Double Trouble received mediocre reviews. Critics dishonour the title for its poor graphics, gameplay, and music, receiving 2 stars out of 5 from Next Gen and a 5.2 from EGM. Let's check it out. So the story for this is pretty much a dead giveaway. The game begins with Bugs falling asleep in his bed. He dreams that Yosemite Sam is screwing around with some serum and that he needs rabbit brains for his robot. Right. Escaping, our hero comes across a televisor that transports him to different stages throughout the game. I don't like the plot. The game tells you from the start that this is all a dream, so don't expect a surprise when the end credits roll out. The game features pre-rendered 3D graphics, and the sprite work, it looks fine, but it's not great. Now, the gameplay. The first few stages, well, they suck. Bugs is being chased by Daffy Dickhead, where the player has to spin a bunch of signs. Why? Well, it's hunting season for Elmer Fudd. The level isn't far from being an escort mission. It's not difficult, but more so frustrating. Trying to get DD to follow you can be a bloody mission. Of course, you can torment him with some sort of emote, but good luck if he's anywhere off screen. You can also stun Daffy with these tomato-looking objects that slow him down, but it's not necessary. There's also several power-ups and items like extra time clocks, carrot missiles, stars, meds, sneakers. You get the gist. One by one, tag all 7 signs and you complete the mission, followed with a cutscene. It looks meh. Bugs comes across Toro the Bull, where he's kicked into the air, snatching dynamite. It would appear the player's got to go underground, collecting trap pieces. The game then introduces puzzle-solving elements with gate and cage switches, and I've got to say, this really blows, man. Not to mention that this whole level is basically one big fetch quest, and to add to the tedium, there's enemy lions and traps, and on top of that, there's also 4 separate holes that need to be traversed, and all of this is timed. If the clock runs out, it's a big fuck you to the player. And trust me, you're gonna get lost in this shit. Majority of the time you'll be backtracking this maze to figure out where the hell you're supposed to go. So after spending to what feels like an eternity, hitting 20 or so switches and evading lions, we finally make it out with all the damn trap pieces. We then get another cutscene of Toro getting pounded with all the crap you just collected. At least it looks better than the previous segment. Receiving a standing ovation, Bugs takes a bow and it's on to the next level. Yay! Our hero's then transported to some Aladdin looking stage where we're going to locate a genie to send us back to the castle.
Bugs is equipped with carrot missiles to kill enemies, and the level, it actually looks half decent.
Yeah, the pre-rendered graphics and assets really shine this one. Does it make the game any better? Fuck no. Kill various Arabian samurais, and watch out for their boomerangs. After traversing to what looks to be a labyrinth, I got lost once or twice due to the scenery all looking the same. But luckily I found myself back on track. Passing an abundance of magic carpets, we then run into this bloke that appears to be guarding something, or someone. Could it be? Yes. Boss battle time, and easily one of the most uneventful challenges I've ever played. As you can see on screen, once you defeat Yosemite Sam, grab the lamp. Further dialogue reveals that the genie's then taking a bath. Can't you see I've got a shitty game to finish? The next stage is then carried on from the previous, and the game does that a lot. But seriously, it's more of the same, although the platforming does slightly intensify, which you'll see shortly. Bugs kills more mindless enemies before running into this prick again. Didn't we just do this? Whatever the case, once you kill Sam, the game becomes a side-scroller with a black screen of death. Meaning you're gonna die because the game throws a whole bunch of shit at ya. Magic carpets, flying samurais, lava pits, need I say more? What you're watching was my best attempt out of, let's say, 10 tries. Thank God the game has continues. Our hero makes it to the end where he's confronted by, guess who? Yep, it's a 3-stage boss battle. Does it get harder? Yeah, nah, it's kinda time wasting. Kill Yosemite for the 3rd time, and then it's on to the next stage. The player then ends up at the castle where BB has to locate a singing sword to defeat a knight. The game's difficulty also takes a turn for the worse, with many doors that lead to other places throughout the joint. So there's going to be some trial and error. My advice, take it slow. There's also knights, fire-breathing dragons, and barrels that drop from the bloody roof. Using the sword DD dices the remaining enemies. We head up top, find a couple items, and run into, well, take a guess. Yep, he's back, but with fireballs ripped straight from Super Mario Bros. He does this twice. And the battle appears to be some sort of a waiting game. Do not try and kill Sam whilst he's on his perch. He's invincible for the time being. Once you slay the dragon, you can finally take him out for the 4th or 5th time. Fuck knows, I've lost track. A brief cutscene later, Bugs finds himself collecting keys to unlock doors. What is this, crazy castle? There's also this moron, which he's a tomato-looking dude from the game's box art. Locating the professor's laboratory, we need to find a strange creation to use against Gossamer. So we traverse the level collecting key after key after key, and I'm not making this shit up, there's at least 20 of them. And believe it or not, there's actually 3 parts of this stage. Do you think that's enough? Moving on, Bugs makes his way through the castle, and finally we find the damn exit.
No, stage 4? Is this a joke?
Hold your horses, it's a boss battle. Use the switches to zap Tomato Man. Do this 3 times, and then squish this little prick. More illustrations reveal that our heroes then blasted off into space in some rocket ship.
The camera then changes to a third-person perspective, which mixes up the style of gameplay.
Our objective is pretty simple. Destroy blue asteroids, dodge brown ones, and Marvin the Martian. Also, why is the Death Star in this game? This might sound crazy, but wowzers, this is actually fun. Unfortunately, it's too little too late. Bugs and Marvin bump scooters amongst the asteroids. A short but pleasant trip later, mission success. The game reverts back to a 2D side-scroller. BB's thrown in some massive UFOs shooting enemies whilst evading bullets and spikes. It's okay, but it's pretty linear, and I do question some of the hit detection, but the level, we'll give it a pass. We're then informed that Bugs has to locate a bomb, or something alike. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. You'll be greeted by mutant turkeys, dogs, and just random crap. Mind you don't have to kill these enemies, just run past them. After finding the bomb, we then have to hit 4 levers, switching Marvin's lasers into reverse. Fun. Check all corners of the map, it really ain't difficult. Upon hitting the last switch, the player gets another cutscene. Our hero then blasts off into space and blows up Marvin the Martian. Yep, I told ya, and that's the end of the game. You've already heard my thoughts about the title. Overall, not a fan. My advice? Go play Rabbit Rampage on the Super Nintendo. I'm BS Pizzas, and happy Easter everyone.